Hello Cancer, and welcome to your June 2016 General Tarot Card Read. Dee here, along with my dear friend Lucy.
Hello.
First off, we'd like to say happy birthday to those of you that are born this month. We're just wishing you lots of blessings this month for you, and I hope you have a good birthday. Now, that being said, this is a general read. Please keep that in mind. If this does not resonate with you, please look at your rising sign also. Lucy and I do this in such a way where there's 3 reads. There's a read that she did, there's a read that I did, and then usually we pull an oracle card to kind of support it. Well, Cancer, you guys have 4 oracle cards this time, and we have quite a read for you. We might even pause and put the picture back up so that you can see it when we're doing the reads. I'll just kind of see what we come up with. So, yeah. All right, we're going to start with Lucy's read, go through that, go through mine, and then we'll do the combine. Okay. Oh, and we have 2 cards from the June that we have that are your overall.
Yeah, yearly.
Okay, so
now the lead-in card here from June 2016, your yearly read, is the 2 of Cups on mine. Now the 2 of Cups is about potential, partnerships, relationships, to create something special for yourself and those around you. It's also about reconciliation. It could be the reconciliation at work, at home, socially, but it's a card of movement. So you move forward. It gives you a chance to move forward, so don't lose this by overthinking it. If it feels right, just go with it, okay? Next card is the 3 of Cups. Now the 3 of Cups is a card of celebration, abundance. The message of this card is to celebrate the simple joys in your life, whatever they may be. Celebrate being alive, actually. It shows you that your emotions do bind you, but they also allowing you to do your best and to move forward in the situation that you're in. The caution of this card is don't ignore the simple joys of your life, the simple pleasures that are there, or the people around you. Appreciate what you have with your life and with people that are associated with you and in your life. The next card is Death. Now to me, this card represents an ego death here. It's about spiritual awakening. Granted, there is pain associated with this card. There's pain associated with most changes or evolving personality, because that's what we do. As we grow, we evolve, we change. There's usually pain involved. It's not something we can get away with or away from. But this card brings you a chance for new beginnings, to let go of what no longer serves you in your beliefs, in your concerns, in your associations, to have a chance to look at what you have done with your life, the decisions you have made, to let go of the wrong things and to move forward. And next is the King of Swords. Now, the King of Swords, of course, is authority, you know, basically. And he's well-to-do, as you can see here, but he's used his intellect to get there. This is a card of your mind, your intellect, your abilities in that area. But the caution of this card is to not just be known for your intellectual abilities, your intellectual prowess, getting one over the other guy or getting one over the other lady or whatever. It also lets you know that people are important, that it's not just your accomplishments, that they can be kind of empty if you don't have someone in your life or somebody, friends, family, whatever, to share them with. And now we have the Emperor. Again, this is masculine. There is a lot of masculine energy in this spread. I'm going to tell you that right now. A lot of it. This is the Emperor. It's totally masculine energy. Again, it's authoritative. It's stability. It's rationality. Father figure, whatever. This card message is to have a healthy, stable balance in your life. To, yes, be concise in your decisions. Be consistent, but don't be authoritative. Don't be so rigid that you don't have the ability to allow people to live their own lives, that you must interfere. Don't do that. Don't do that. There are decisions that you need to make. Again, here, seek the balance in your life. That's what you need to do with this card. There we go. King of Cups. Now, the King of Cups, as you can see here, he's well off too, but he looks a little bored. He has everything he needs. He's achieved this by himself. It's his own accomplishments. He's achieved. But if you're feeling like something is lacking in your life here, perhaps you need to look to your creative side. Okay? Perhaps there is something that you need to reawaken within yourself to be completely fulfilled. Whether it's your home, your work, whatever. Look for that. Okay? And that's basically what I've got for you in this read. You start with partnership here, reevaluation. Your potential is great here. This is cause for celebration. Change is coming, of course it is. Nobody's life is free of change. Painful, yes, but it needs to be gotten through. You don't want a lingering, painful experience here. The clean break is the best, or the clean change is the best. Again, the Swords, King of Swords, you're well accomplished, but don't just be known for your intellect and your achievements. And the Emperor, stability, balance, so that you can be your best, do your best, but don't try to rule over people too harshly. That just shoves them away. And then we end with the King of Cups. Look for that artistic outlet if that's what you need, if that's what you feel you're lacking.
Okay. All right. For my read, I'm going to go through it, and then I'm going to kind of point out a few things. I'll probably do 2 of the oracle cards right after my read before we go into the combined read. So for the month, I received the 2 of Swords. Now, this is a card about making choices, blindfolding yourself so that you're not distracted, but you've got these choices that you need to make, using your intellect to work through it. And I really feel that this is going to be a big theme for you for the month. You need to not let things around you distract you. You need to focus on what your inner self is telling you so that you can make the decisions that you need to make. And for some of you, there is, and the funny thing with Lucy and I both getting 2s, there's a lot of things with 2s for you for this month. So you might even notice things happening in events of 2, or maybe 2 people in your life you have to decide what you're doing with or not. But there's a lot of pairing and 2s this month, so keep that in mind. Especially since, again, we got 2 oracle cards on one set and 2 in the other, so I think that has a lot to do with it. Okay, so the first card that I received for the month is the 3 of Wands. Now, this 3 of Wands is interesting because it talks about when you've made your choices. The 2 of Wands is progression. So the 2s are when you've got a choice and you can go one way or the other. The 3rd means you've picked up the wand and you're looking out and you are going to go ahead and go and start planning with the choices that you've made. Also with this one, which I thought was kind of interesting, it talks about a coming storm. And if you see the person there holding the wand, they're looking out at the storm that's approaching and they're making their plans. And I really feel that for some of you, this month is going to feel very stormy for you. You're going to have a lot of things coming at you, but you just need to step back, keep yourself planning, and go forward with the plans that you're making so that you can get through. For the second card, I also received Death. Now, Death is about transformation. It's about rebirth from one form into another. Sometimes it can mean a physical death. Sometimes it can mean a spiritual death. But a lot of it is about the unknown and what we fear and how we go about with these things that are changing in our lives. And for some of you, you're going to feel like you're out of control with these changes. You feel like it's almost like a grieving process that you're going to be going through to do this transformation, that you're being called. And I really think that a lot of the cancers that watch our show or watch our channel are going through this right now, because we got such a strong read about that. So keep in mind, death can be scary, but there's so many good things that come out of it. There's things that have not been doing good for you that you need to let go of. And in order to transform and be the person that you want to be, you need to let these things go. And death is calling you to do that. Then again, I also received the King of Swords. Now the King of Swords, he stands at the ready. He is genius. He has a lot of expertise. He's a lot of mind stuff with him. And he takes the time to think things through. So for you guys, you need to always step back and take the time to think through the plans that you want to set in motion, because you have an opportunity to, in a way, reinvent yourself. You're going to have a death of something in your life. And again, I don't feel it's a physical. I feel that it's a spiritual or an emotional death for some of you. And it's a changing the way that you've been doing things, and things that no longer serve you, letting it go. So you need to become like the King of Swords. You need to start thinking through your plans that you want to set in motion, but you've got to be careful not to be too sharp and to where you cut other people. So keep that in mind. The other thing about this card is that he's holding a falcon in his hand. And the thing about falcons is, before they dive in and to get to the prey, they take their time and circle above, and they really scope out the landscape below them. For you guys, you need to do that also. You need to pull yourself up, look at what's below you, and really look at your situation from a different set of eyes. In fact, if you can, it might even be good for you to talk to somebody that's got good advice, somebody that you know is a good, clear thinker, to help you get through these changes that you've got going on. And for some of you, I get work. Some of you, I just get it's personal life that you're working on. The next card is strength. Now, strength is about harnessing the inner beast in you and walking with it, your gentle side and your beast urges and all this kind of stuff too. It's a balancing act, like Lucy had talked about. It's harnessing your inner strength to trust in the faith to guide you through your hard times. This is about courage to get through these hard times. And for some of you, you're going to need to embrace that as much as possible, because you've got a lot of inner strength inside of you, and you need to be able to pull that out and remember that. And don't let the beast rule you. Let your gentle side walk with it. Okay. And then I finished up the month with the King of Pentacles. Now, the King of Pentacles is a promoter. He is somebody that's dependable. He is committed to goals. He's a great protector, but he also has a lot of material wealth. You see, he's got a nice outfit and everything, and it's all about deep satisfaction for his life that he's made. And it's true strength to know that what you planted is growing and you're sowing it. So this is a time for you guys to plant these seeds and have strength in knowing that you're going the right way. Again, if you need to talk to somebody, I would strongly suggest it, because this is a pivotal point for a lot of you in your life right now. So keep that in mind as you're going through this. But talk to somebody. And again, like Lucy said, there's a lot of masculine energy in these reads. There's a lot of
masculine energy running through both of them, connecting them together.
Yeah. I'm going to do these two oracle cards, because that's what I'm supposed to do right now. Out of this particular deck, usually we only pull one, but again, we've got two of them. And I really feel that for some of you, there's a barrier that keeps you from your goal. And some of you are saying, what is going on? Why do I always feel blocked? What is going on? Well, you're being called to transform this month, and you need to let that happen, so that these barriers in your life and things that have been happening don't keep you from the goals that you want to make and succeed in. And then the other one that I got was the Caduceus. And the neat thing about this is that it talks about a healing process that's beginning. And again, I don't get, it's a love thing. I think, again, more it's self for you guys, for those of you that are watching this. And so keep that in mind, that this is a healing process for you. For some of you, you'll be receiving news from afar, such as stuff to help you with your healing process. Maybe it's a note from an old friend. Maybe somebody has asked you to forgive them, or maybe something's come up and you remember something that's happened from the past that you need to deal with. So keep that in mind as you go through this month, the different things that you'll see. So before I do the combined read, I'm going to go ahead and pause it so you guys can see it. So we're going to do that right now. All right, now that you've had a chance to look at the spread, we're going to go through the combined read. And the interesting thing about this is that Lucy draws. When we're together, Lucy draws, I draw, but we don't do it at the same time, and we usually kind of work in our own space. We're together, that way we have our combined energies, but we're on our own. And for this month particularly, Lucy and I both drew in the second space the exact same card, in the third space the exact same card, and in the fifth space, well, and then we have a major arcana in the fourth place, and then in the fifth place we both pulled 2 kings. And then if you look at the very beginning of the read, we have 2s that go into 3s. This is big to have it this much and this much of a, it's not a coincidence, and I know that there's because, and that's why we're doing your guys' video first. We're probably going to release it right away also, so that you guys can be prepared for the month coming up, because we think it's so important. So we're going to start with the 2 cards, and Lucy, just say whatever you feel you need to say.
Well, the Two of Cups, of course, like I said before, is all about potential. It's the potential in a partnership, a relationship, it's renewal, it's reevaluation. It is just unity. It's potential in unity there.
Mm-hmm. Actually, with this read, I keep seeing that this might be, for somebody, this is a love situation, and for some of you, this is a work situation and a partnership. So it's more love and work for this particular spread, especially since we've got a thinking. So, you know, the Two of Cups being an emotional, where the Two of Swords is a little bit more analytical.
Yes.
And it's making choices that you need to make, and keep that in mind for this month, for this particular read.
Now, the Three of Cups is, of course, you have reason to celebrate. It's about celebration. It's about taking joy in the little things in your life. The little things that can be very, very important. Don't discount them. Don't discount the people that they are attached to. Don't discount people in your life.
Right. And that's why I feel this one's more of an emotional read. It's more of a having to do with love and emotions. Then you've got the Three of Wands attached to it too. Again, there's 2 3s, and that's kind of important. It's choices. It's preparing for the weathering storm. It's preparing for the choices that you've made. So enjoy the celebration that you're going to have, but also be prepared and be ready for the things that are coming your way.
Yes.
I have a hard time even holding in both of my hands.
I know.
But it's just, again,
it's such a dramatic change. There's a change coming. There really is change coming.
And again, I keep getting relationships in this spread too.
Yeah.
You've got a lot of things in your life that you've held on to, and it's time for you to let them go. It's time to let things go. And you know, it's all about seasons. There's times for different things. There's autumns, there's winters, you know, it's that time of rebirth and growing. And for you guys, this month is going to be a major rebirth. And a death in some ways. So give yourself that time to grieve, but make your plans that you need to make to move forward. I don't get that it's a physical death, and I don't think you do either, do you?
No.
But
no,
I think it could be a death to a relationship. I think it could be a death to a partnership,
a belief system.
Yeah.
You know, changes. It's
Big.
It's change. It's accepting that change and moving forward through that change.
Right.
To be the stronger, better person that you can be. But it's moving through it. It's not hanging on to it and grinding it into your life like underneath a wheel, but it's letting it go, letting go of the past so that you can move to the future.
And you know, the neat thing I notice about this card particularly is that there's a sun shining behind the death. It's almost like
there's light.
Yeah, there's light behind it. So keep that in mind. Even though this may feel devastating and overwhelming at times, remember it's just part of the process, and it not to make light of the pain or stuff that you may be going through. Please don't get that. But sometimes we have to let go of the old in order for the new to come in. And I really feel that for you guys, this is going to be important for you to do. Then we received the King of Swords, both of us. Oh, should do it this way. So the King of Swords, again, being somebody who stands at the ready. He's a thinker. He plans things out. He's well off. He's here because he's done the hard work to get here.
Yes, he has.
And
Yep.
I keep getting, there's a relationship with the King of Swords. Oh, that's kind of interesting. There might even be some of you that Well, I think there's somebody that's going to have an ending of a relationship with the King of Swords. It's kind of interesting.
Yeah.
Or somebody that embodies a lot of the King of Swords, that meticulous planning, that being able, almost like a tactician in a way, where they're able to do that and pull themselves back and really look at the situation. So keep that in mind. But for some of you, you need to embody this as you go through these changes.
Well, keep in mind, too, don't just be known for your intellect. You're not just your intellect. You're a human being with emotions and feelings. Let those show, too.
Right.
Okay?
That is a caution. Yeah.
Let those show, because the people around you need to see them. Right. They need to know that, yes, you are inside there.
Mm-hmm. Then the next set we got, which was the 2 major arcana, which is the Emperor and Strength. And the Emperor, again, is somebody that all of the other cards go to. He has everything in his hands and everything in his power. And then you've got Strength powered combined with it.
Yes.
And that talks about the inner strength, but that talks about your resources and everything
yes,
too.
It talks about your resources, and it talks about also the balance for a healthy life. It's a healthy balance here. That's what the Emperor wants. He wants everybody to succeed. He wants you to have the best life possible. To do that, balance is necessary. You can't go from one extreme to the other. You can't bounce all over God's creation and expect to have
right. And then going
life.
From that beast, that inner beast, to that gentle, meek person. And it's just, you're right. It's about finding that medium to get through this. And you need to do that. You've got all the resources. Don't think that this is going to be so overwhelming that you can't get through it. You have the resources.
Yep.
Then at the end of the month,
have the inner strength to do it.
The King of Cups and the King of Pentacles, and it's such an emotional, earthy type of a thing for some of you. And
well, the King of Cups can lead right into the King of Pentacles, because King of Cups has already established himself mostly. He's got a well-situated life, a home life, whatever. But there's more to life than just having everything. You need to let some of your emotions show through. Creativity. Begin anew in something that's going to spark your passion again. That's what I get from the King of Cups. The King of Cups is about passion, but he look very passionate on that crown.
But the King of Pentacles too with him, I mean, you're talking about very strong masculine energy, and you're talking about knowing who you are. It's all about confidence and knowing who you are, because each of these kings, even though he looks bored and he is preoccupied with the wealth at his feet, they're still very strong personalities.
Yes.
And with that being said, I see a woman who's having a breakup of a relationship with a King of Swords, and then later, just as a hope, you'll have your choice between a King of Cups and a King of Pentacles. So it's kind of funny how this all worked out. You have such a strong read this month. So there's a lot of changes that are going to be coming your way. It's not a matter of, oh no, doom and gloom. It's a matter of being forewarned is forearmed.
Yes.
And you need to start working on your inner strength now. Don't be afraid to spend time with the people that care about you. Keep yourself balanced as much as possible. Let go of those things that no longer service you, things that are hurting you. Just because you're a nice person or you're emotional, let it go. There's times where you have to do that. And be that thinker and be confident in knowing that you have all of the resources that you need to get by, and you have that inner strength, and just keeping that balance in check as you go through this month. So, all right, I'm going to have Lucy read the 2 that we got. Which one should we do first? Okay, this one's called Let Go of the Old.
Are you holding on to beliefs and notions that no longer serve you? Are you blocking your own growth and forward momentum because you fear to end a chapter in your life? It is time to release all that you hold on to that no longer serves. It is time to say goodbye to all that no longer has a place or purpose in your life. It's time to have an emotional or physical spring clean. It's time to let go of the past so you can be open to what the future may bring.
And again, talk about apropos. This one's called Love That You Are Different.
You have strengths and weaknesses, and both are worthy of love. Know them. Honor them. Do not heed those who tell you that you must change in order to fulfill their expectations of you. You will never be who others expect you to be. You can only be the unique individual you are meant to be. Love that you are different, for it is your differences, and loving those differences that make you truly beautiful. So,
And we're not trying to leave on a heavy note, but we
No.
just want you to take the time. And for some of you, you might need to watch this a couple times.
yeah,
When we do
Yes,
personal reads,
yeah.
sometimes we tell people to listen to it a couple times because there's little nuggets here and there that you might be able to pull out. And for some of you, you might even need to look at it again in the middle of the month. But just kind of keep that in the back of your mind. So,
Yeah.
for those of you that are new to us, welcome. Sorry, it's kind of a heavy read to start with.
It is, but the potential is there.
Yes.
It really is.
And don't underestimate yourself.
No.
And let go of those things that no longer serve you, Cancer. You're being called to this, and there's a reason, because this is a pivotal point in your life right now, especially for this year. Okay. All right. If you guys like what you've heard here, or even if you don't, go ahead and hit the like or dislike. We just like to know what your opinions are and everything too.
Leave a comment.
Or send us an email. We've
Yeah.
talked to quite a few of you lately, which has been kind of interesting for us and fun, and we hope that we've been helpful. So if you have a question, or if there's something we can help with, just go ahead and leave us an email. Okay?